name is Aldrich. I'm Robert F. Remolin from HM 3D, and this is my oral recitation for Rooms Division Management. First question: what activities do you undertake when preparing reception for service? All hospitality operations must prepare for all activities they engage in. The situation is no different for front office. Moreover, review expect daily guest movement, allocate guest rooms in accordance with special guests, follow up on uncertain arrivals and reservation, compile and distribute arrival lists. Second question: how do you expect guest movement for the day? Why is this activity important for the operation? Recognize regular guests. The code RG regular guests will appear in special listing on the arrival list to help with this task. Regular guests will usually get special attention greater than ordinary guests, such as welcome gift, non-smoking, pool view, or high floor. Check the arrival times and pre-register any guests if necessary. Third question: what factors do you consider when allocating guest rooms? During check-in, ensure that the room being allocated to the guest matches the room type reserved, room rate, no occupants, gender of the guest, source of reservation, view, guest history, VIP status. If the room type cannot be provided as they are not ready, or some guests have not checked out yet, search for an alternative room that is as similar as possible to the one reserved. To the common request, couples to be allocated king-size beds, not twin beds, the non-smoking rooms to be available every day. Fourth question: how would you follow up on certain guest arrival? What would you do in case of an arrival which is tentative and hotel is fully booked? If the establishment is running at high occupancy and there are booking that have not been guaranteed reception, staff may be required to ring guests using the contact number supplied and reconfirm their arrival. Fifth question: where and to whom do you daily arrival list? Why? Relevant personnel and department, because other department will use this information to plan their day, allocate their staff, and priorities their duties for the day. Sixth question: how do you explain the reservation to newly arrived guests? Name of the guests with special attention to clarifying any unusual name to ensure you have the you have you have the spelling correct. Contact details of the guest, which may just be their home address or business address, but could include phone number and other contact details. Type room of requested just to make sure they have been allocated the right type of rooms, and always explain at least one your facilities to the guest on arrival. Seventh question. A walk-in has requested for a double room for 5 days. How will you determine if you can accept this guest or not? Determine the accommodation with how many nights, type of room, any special requests and requirements. Advise the guest of what available standard procedure may be to try sell a premium room and then work down from that if the price rate is too expensive. When an appropriate room and rate has been agreed, it is usually good practice to ask how the guest will be paying the account before proceeding with the check-in. Once an acceptable payment method has been established, the check-in process will proceed. Otherwise, the guest is turned away. Most establishment will require a walk-in to pay for their room in advance. For the last question, demonstrate how would you refuse a walk-in because the house is full. First, mga gagawin, call the replacement lodging directly to make sure they accommodate your guests with care. It's best to contact your guests before they arrive, but in some cases, you may need to move a guest last minute. Get personal feedback from your guests about important factors, location, etc. Remember to show genuine their inconvenience.